Good day, my dudes. Today I will take the Dictator Test and try to find out which historic dictator suits me the best. A little disclaimer first, these are not my political views to an extent. I just will take the answer I think will suit myself best if I would be, which I'm not, in the position of a dictator. So don't judge me. You can take this test yourself at idrlabs.com, or you just Google Dictator Test and it most certainly will lead you to the first page, which is this one. So, first question. The Democratic majority will always know best. That's absolutely false. Question 2. A country cannot be a superpower if it does not have a strong industrial manufacturing base, and that's 100% truth. Do not compare yourself to others. When you do so, you are insulting yourself. Man, you got to have a little bit of self-reflection, but as a charismatic dictator, you always have to be proud of what you do. Better to kill an innocent by mistake than spare an enemy by mistake. I mean, we're talking about collateral damage, but I'm always someone who tries to save lives. The voters don't decide an election, the people who count the vote does. We're a dictatorship, so it is true. Some people will just be naturally rich and successful no matter what they do. Kinda, right? Like the gardeners kills weeds, the dictator who kills communists is tending to the health of his country. You need a little bit of left-right action. Humanitarianism is stupidity and cowardice. That depends. As a dictator, nonetheless. Hunger is the most effective way to pressure people into doing what you want. As a dictator, I hardcore agree. You can present yourself in a way that will make people think you are the most powerful man on earth. I mean, you always can. But it's not my personal kind of way, because I don't talk much about what I do. A man cannot be intellectually intimidating if he's not also physically intimidating. I absolutely agree. If you win, you need not to explain. If you lose, you should not be there to explain. Kind of torn on this one. Democracy leads to periodic civil wars. I think that's wrong. Enslaved people who do not fight deserve their own enslavement. I mean, nah. A little kinda yes. I mean, if there's a spark, you have to light the kindling. But nah. In a country, you have a segment of the population that needs to be cracked down on for the country to achieve law and order. Kinda yes. Politics is like boxing. Try to knock out your opponents and the rest will happen in due course. That's kinda right. If I remember, there was a MMA octagon fight in Brazil between two politicians who couldn't decide on something, so for funsies Yes. Success is the sole judge of right and wrong. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can be successful when you're wrong, but most likely you will be not. Military government is the only true form of government. Nope. I don't like weapons. Except of historical arms, which would make most battlefields today more fun. People who live in the countryside are generally more pure of heart than city dwellers. As a country bumpkin, I agree hard. True gender equality can only be achieved in a socialist society. That's absolutely wrong. I mean, it's kinda... Socialism has kinda a good idea, but it can't be, in my opinion at least, in a very value-driven world, it can't really unfold. I mean, true socialism would be kinda nice, but, big but, I will not elaborate on the big but the big but is, if you have money, in my mind, socialism cannot happen in a good way. People are too whiny and toughen up a little. Yes, absolutely. Gratitude is a sickness. Hardcore disagree. Everything is decided by a person's thoughts, so if a person is motivated, there is nothing they cannot do. Actually, yes, but motivation does not automatically lead to you doing the right things, making the right decisions. So, kinda no, kinda yes. I'm smarter than I let on when I speak. Kinda. Economics is fundamentally subservient to politics. Yes, absolutely. If you have weak policies, economic will fail. Politics is just war without bloodshed. No, politics is war, but wrong politics also lead to a lot of bloodshed. I use emotion for many and reason for the few. I'm first and of all a man of reason, so no. If you're too weak for reasoning, then you're too emotional to be invested. Human rights get in the way of an effective government. In a dictatorship, absolutely true. But it's not nice. So I kinda, as my standpoint, from a dictator point of view, I'm kinda in the middle. A dictator cannot really oppress a people if they do not want to be oppressed. Yeah, it's kinda true, sadly. I mean, also depends on the military. It is wise to attack someone who could potentially be an enemy, even if they have done nothing wrong to you. I stumble upon my words here. No, because a potential enemy can be also a very good friend. So, on the more disagree side, it depends on the person, because it can always corrupt the pure of heart. To read too much is harmful. I love reading. I trust no one, not even myself. If I can't trust myself, why am I a dictator in the first place? Education is a weapon the educator can use to aim at his enemies. Yes. False education also is a weapon. You see it everywhere. Not I'm a fan of it, but it's true. To get rid of a problem, you must get rid of the whole chain of events that allowed the problem to rise in the first place. And to feel secure in his rule, a dictator must make the people love him. That's also very true. Because if the people love you, no one else will oppose you. And to conclude, everything that I answered is fictional and only in the way I would think if I had the responsibilities of a dictator. That will never happen, and these are not my political views. They're kind of, but only in a bad way. So I am Idi Amin. So the very charismatic Ugandan ex-president who killed, if I remember correctly, around 400,000 people. Interesting. Also 65% Pol Pot, I think, was the Cambodian. Then a little 50-50 between Stalin and Hitler. I mean, as a German, don't know if that's a good thing. I can't remember who Pinochet was, but Il Sung and Mao, so the true communists, are not my allies. This is fucked up. But seems I'm the Idi Amin kind of guy. I do know the way. This was fun, I think. And yeah, write down in the comments which dictator you are. And maybe we have something to talk about. With that, have a nice day.